From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may see all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum Hunabku Eva Maya E Maho. Ayum Hunabku Eva Maya E Maho. Ayum Hunabku Evam Maya E Maho.
changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the art of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, fies. It was I who caused the triple Aztec monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun, the present world. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the world's soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. To know me is to know your own power of self-generation. Self-generation is power. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, fies.
All right, greetings and Inlock Cash. Welcome back to Sync Talk. We took last Wednesday off, and we had our live week with our courses at the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. So we had foregone our Sync Talk. So I'm glad to be back, and we have some exciting things that are up and coming. So welcome each and every one of you. You are truly in for a treat. We're going to be talking about embracing your journey on the path of enlightenment. And if your path is anything like mine, it's not all smooth and rainbows and roses and people doing a wave. Okay, it's just a lot of different things that are going on in our experience. And although we may be excited or we feel uplifted, that doesn't mean that our life is going to just align with that right away. And so when it doesn't, we need to know what to do. So I'm excited about talking about this. This is one of our live sessions where we're not just with the school community. It's an outreach program to those who are looking for ways to advance themselves on their path of enlightenment as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The title of our session is Embracing Your Spiritual Journey, Embracing Your Journey on the Path of Enlightenment. And I am Neb Taharka Kanishkawak, and I am going to be the facilitator of this session, but I'm also the founder and the chancellor of the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. And it's a lot of work that's been done over the past 9 years to really be able to find a relevancy in the cosmology that we teach, to show how something that seems to be abstract and deep, like telepathy, can be taught as a skill. And so these are some of the things we're doing at the school. And what I want to do now is reach out to people. We truly have shifted ages, and I want people to have the opportunity that I had when I got started, and that's just to really have access to their whole mind, and to be able to define that and to be able to make that relevant with where you are in your life today is a very important place to be in our awareness and in our consciousness. Our vision statement is to transcend our minds deep into our cosmic memory circuits as we awaken from a deep state of amnesia in order to move from the information age into the telepathic age of our existence. And this is the kicker, and establish a new world of highly telepathic beings. The more that we're on technology, the less telepathic that we're going to be, and the less of a purpose it is for. Because why do I need to be telepathic if I'm just going to call, if I can just call somebody on a smartphone or from a laptop, okay, or from whatever electrical device? So AI, artificial intelligence, has had its advancements, and this is an effort to make some advancement with ourselves, with the human technology that can help take us further than we've been up to this point. And so I like to define the synchronistic human. It's a fancy term, and it's a term I never really used to use 8, 9 years ago, but I use it all the time now. And it's someone who's able to be multidimensional while unifying energy from the synchronicities of natural time cycles. One of the things that we've done effectively is delineated calendrical systems or calendars that program us to be less than the unlimited power of God in us. Okay, that's one of the things that we've done well. So people who gravitate to the cosmology that I teach and that others like me teach, they're really looking for deeper answers. They're tired of the superficial answer that just gets them more money, because people want fulfillment in their life. They want purpose in their life, and they want to feel like they're in control of what's going on to a degree. They want to feel like, when I talk about control, let's just say that I have a situation where I can't stop smoking. Now, I don't smoke, but I'm just saying somebody out there is having trouble, can't stop smoking. Somebody up there can't stop drinking. Somebody can't stop doing certain behaviors, right? And so that's what I call not being in control. But when you know you're in control and that you can address whatever is happening in your reality, now you can make a decision and stand 10 toes on your knowledge system and make the next move and know it's in the right direction, and be not afraid of the challenges through the process of that. Okay. So unifying the energies of the synchronicities of natural time cycles towards the holonomic. When we say holonomic, we're saying whole evolution of humanity, Mother Earth, and the galactic whole. Now, this is important because when we're talking about whole, if we know our whole self and who we are and whose we are, there's nothing we can't do. There's absolutely nothing that we can't do. We don't have to be in a box of religion. There's nothing that we can't do. Okay. So with that, I'm very excited to say that the whole discrepancy that we have is the concept that we have of time. Now, in the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment, we unify on one premise: to evolve. What I found is that when I evolve and I help people evolve, they're able to triumph over their circumstances versus their circumstances triumphing over them. And so that leads me to state who owns your time and your concept of time. So time is not a mechanical clock or a watch. It's not a calendar, right? Time, I want you to write this down, especially if you're new. Time, I want you to view it this way and watch your life change, is the evolution of consciousness. So now you ain't got to look at the time to tell what you gonna do. You can tell time in my reality based on how I evolve and what I create. Now, if you looked at your life, for those of you who are listening and are engaged in what I'm saying, if you looked at your life versus how much time I have to get this deadline done, did I do this to be considered a good person or a bad person? If you looked at your life and said, how did I evolve consciousness in this span of time or this space? And what can I do to further that trajectory? You're on the verge of evolving at that point. You're on the verge of evolving. That's a great place to be, because now through self-acceptance, you are the actor, the director, and the producer in your life. You in self-acceptance, we're accepting this, that I am me, the source and the creator of my experience. And once you declare and decree that, you've made an evolutionary statement for all the hundreds of trillions of cells in your body to line up with that statement. I am the source and I am the creator of my experience. And so why is it evolutionary and why is it relevant right now? Because whatever shows up that's not in line with our divine purpose, we can change it. We can address it and we can change it. And therefore, if you change your concept of time and you change who spends your time, right? You change your mind. And then when you change your mind, you can change your world. And that's just not a misnomer. That's not something to say to get people excited, because there's a lot of people, I'm excited. It was a story once told. Would you rather have somebody that's going to do brain surgery on you, somebody who's excited, or somebody who got the experience? I'm gonna pick the person that got the experience for the brain surgery. I'm not gonna just let nobody start doing a lobotomy or start cutting on my forehead. Okay, I'm not gonna do that, right? So we gotta get beyond excitement. We gotta get beyond, the surface of what we think we see that success means to us and what we want to achieve in our life. We got to get to the deeper levels, because in the deeper levels are the blockages. And that's how you change your mind about the triggers and the blockages you have. And that's how you change what you experience in this world. If you don't change the deeper blockages, you're going to experience the same things feeding back through the loop with different people, places, and things, but it's going to be the same principles and things that you've been always dealing with. And I don't know about you, but if I have a choice, the choice is mine right now to have a different experience than that. And that's what we're talking about today. Change your mind and change your world. Okay, so I want to talk about embracing your journey. And with embracing your journey, you have to embrace success and failure. Okay, you have to embrace it. There are challenges with failing, and there's challenges with success that we have to address so that we can keep going. Okay, and then we got a couple of other things to close out. I like to just start out with today's kin. Of course, those of you that know, we study Mayan and Olmec cosmology. Now, why do we do that? Why do we do that? Is this something that's fancy, that's different? No, because of the different ways that the Olmec, the original Mexicans, or the She people, and the Galactic Maya, they studied and followed up to 17 different calendrical systems every year. And what that did is it opened up their mind to be extrasensory and telepathic. And I watched this and studied the Dogon tribe in Mali, West Africa, right? And I saw that they could see, watch this, watch how powerful this is. They could see star Sirius and different star systems without telescopes. And it's people today that still don't know how to do it. The people with technology had telescopes and could not see what they saw until almost 100 plus years later. Now, where does that factor in and why is that significant here? Because if I can activate a part of my mind that makes me supernatural, or that makes me gifted in ways and skilled that I could not be any other way, it's a great opportunity to see just what your mind can do. Scientists say that we just use actively 10% of our brain power is conscious mind, and the other 90% is subconscious. Guess what wins? What really controls your life is your subconscious patterns. So if you don't know how the subconscious works, you're going to be making intentions and getting overran by your subconscious and subliminal thoughts and behaviors. Right? So that's why sometimes we set a goal, we set an intention, I'm going to stop doing this, I'm not going to do this no more. And we keep doing it anyway. Not only are we habitual, but the habit is repeated in our subconscious mind. And so it really, to break out of that, we have to use repetition and emotion, and we have to be so focused to break out of that subconscious pattern to go into a new paradigm. And a lot of people can't do it. If you master that, you're going to master the art of evolving. So today, and we studied the Mayan, the Galactic Mayan and Olmec calendar. The 260-day calendar represents the 260 expressions of the Creator that teach you to evolve. How about that? So would it be nice if I said, oh, it's Wednesday, and Wednesday says, I'm going to teach you how to evolve today. And I say Wednesday. Now, I'm not talking about Wednesday on the Munsters or the Addams Family. I'm not talking about that Wednesday. I'm talking about the energy of Wednesday as an expression of the Creator saying, this is how this expression has evolved in the cosmos, and this is how you evolve in the body through the synchronic order. This is how it works. But Wednesday don't do that, does it? Wednesday tells me, the program tells me that Wednesday is hump day. And if I can just get over this hump, it's downhill from there. Thirsty Thursdays, we gonna get our drink on, and thank God it's Friday. And so we're what? Living, even if we don't think we want to, we're living for the weekend. Now, I need to talk some real life to you, because that's what's happening. Even if you are on a path of enlightenment, you're around people that's thinking like this, and you may still have some remnants of this yourself. Oh man, I'm over the hump. No, you're not. You're over the hump when you have something constantly in your face showing you how to advance your mental capacity and emotional coefficient and intelligence and help you evolve beyond your circumstances, so your circumstances don't run you, you run your circumstances. You want to ask yourself that question. Do I run my circumstances, or do my circumstances run me in circles? And guess what? 95% of people answer going to be, well, they probably ain't going to tell the truth. It's going to be my circumstances running me in circles left to heart. But I can't admit it, because I'm in this title, and I'm in this type of relationship, and I got this going on and that going on. So today on the Mayan calendar, we are actually, what's really good, is we're on the 6th day, or we call it plasma, of the galactic moon, the 8th moon. And let me tell you why I like the 8th moon. This is going to help y'all. Listen up. This moon asks the question, every moon, there's 13 moons, right? The 13 moon cycles. You got to get out this 12-month stuff. That's artificial. You got to align with these natural cycles to go deeper into your spirituality and your evolution, right? And I can show you and prove you how to do that. But we're in the galactic moon, and we're on the 6th day, 6th plasma. And this moon asks a question. I'm going to ask this question to those of you all that are listening. Are you ready? The question is, do I live what I believe? I'll wait. Only you will know the answer. And you can't fool the man or the woman in the mirror. The man or the woman in the mirror knows more about you than just how well groomed you are, how well you clean up, or what type of makeup or eyelashes you put on, or what kind of mustache or hair toupee. Listen, the more that you focus on that mirror, the mirror knows whether you're lying or telling the truth. So when you ask that question on a Wednesday for the next 28 days, do I really live what I believe? Let me tell you what happened to me. it made me say, what do I believe? When I first started doing it, I said, man, do I really? And a lot of times we serve two masters. We one way around this group of people, and we another way around this group of people. So we're going to get shot on both sides, okay? So we got to choose, and you can't be in the middle because that's an uncomfortable place to be on the fence. So the question becomes, do you, Facebook, do you, IG, do you that's on StreamYard, can you think about this and say, do I really live what I believe? And I want you to think about, don't give me the surface stuff. Okay, let me give you some examples before I read you this, Ken. Right now, we just got done with a fast. Okay? We just got done with a fast that we do every year in the 7th moon of attunement. And the fast was for us to go raw the first 7 days, raw foods, and then go liquid, the master cleanse and a detox on the next 3 weeks. And I didn't fully do it. And I was traveling. I had a bunch of stuff going on. I just couldn't get it like I have the other 20 times I've done it over the last 20 years. 26 years I've done the same thing 20 times. So guess what I got to do? If I live what I believe, I got to repeat it in the galactic moon because I didn't do it right in the 7th moon. So I'm on that first week now. So as it relates to this fast, I have to say, Neb Taharka, do you live what you believe? And I have to say, yes, I do. I'm trying, right? But now, if I said I'm gonna do it, and I really believe this fast is gonna help me, right? And I say, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then I'm eating chicken and I'm eating all this kind of stuff the first week, and I'm supposed to be raw, and I'm cooking it up. I'm saying, yeah, but still vegetables and all this kind of stuff. And I'm really not living what I believe in that sense. Or when I used to believe in the ideology when I was new, right? The cosmology, and but I was afraid to exert myself a little bit around people that I used to be different around. So when I hung out with them, I was like it always was. I didn't tell them about my new teachings. I didn't let them know I don't do certain things no more. I just reverted back to the way I always did things, even though in my heart I knew I didn't want to do it no more. I wasn't living what I believed. And let me tell you, you want to be free when you can surrender and live what you believe. Not only are you going to find your purpose, but you're going to find fulfillment. And you may actually start enjoying life in a way that you hadn't to this point. That's real. That's why we follow the calendar. That's why, because it's asking us questions about ourselves in a way that makes us a candidate to evolve. And I haven't seen any problem that evolving couldn't solve. Not one. Not one problem. So I said, this needs to be my number one priority. So when I read an affirmation from one of these expressions of the Creator, I can read it and know that it's going to help me go deeper into living what I believe, living what I know, and making an impact on my life and the lives of others. So the 220th expression of the Creator out of 260 is what we call the yellow crystal stone. And it states, I dedicate in order to enlighten, universalizing life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the crystal tone of cooperation, and I am guided by the power of free will. Now, if you're listening to this for the first time, that probably makes no sense to you. You might as well just go ahead and say it's Wednesday, it's hump day. But I'm going to make some sense to you because I say this 3 times. So the second time I decode it. Let's decode it. All right. So I dedicate. What am I dedicated to? Well, if you look up where it says Red Moon Wave Spell, that's a cycle of evolution. That's code word for purified energy flow of abundance. We're evolving by purifying our energy, because what I realize is that we are the frequency, and the currency, right, aligns with the frequency. So frequency is the new currency. So wherever our consciousness and our focus is, the current events and the circumstances are going to show up according to the frequency that we're on. So I dedicate myself to this purified experience. I dedicate it. And another word for purification is discipline. This is how you have your greatest breakthroughs, is to being more disciplined and abstaining from certain things. So I dedicate myself to this purified energy in order to enlighten myself and others, right? And what this does is this universalizes life, or it gives you access to how life is and how life feels throughout the entire universe. I seal the matrix of universal fire. This is passion. I seal the matrix of being passionate about the universal love that I have for my experience and everything in this universe. With the crystal tone of cooperation, I'm going to cooperate with the instructions that are given to me from the divine, and I'm going to receive an abundance of cooperation because I'm in alignment with my higher self. And I am guided by the power of free will. Now, as a result of that, I get to have my free will because of how I'm operating, what I'm dedicated to, what I'm universalizing. And I love universalizing because that just makes it synonymous across the board. All the species, all the race variants, universalize. You can go anywhere and it's going to be the same thing. Right? So one more time to lock it in. I dedicate in order to enlighten, universalizing life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of my free will. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. All right. So let's talk about embracing your journey on the path of enlightenment. Now, it's called a journey because you are on a quest, right? The quest that you're on, or the question, right, is how do you get from where you are to higher ground? And so many of us get that by seeking enlightenment. Now, interesting enough, the archetype in the kin today, the expression of the creator, is dealing with the power of enlightenment. Look at what this picture says. Look, this person is carrying a boulder. How many of y'all feel like you're carrying more weight than you can handle, but you still just keep going? You're tired, you're wore out, you're bruised to the bone. Don't nobody appreciate you. You ain't making the kind of money that you feel you're worth. You don't have the time to enjoy yourself. Your time broke, your money broke. The people don't respect you like you think you should be respected. See, you may be feeling like how I felt at times in my experience. And it feels like you're carrying a boulder on your back trying to get up the rough side of the mountain. I call it, I got a better one for you that I heard from my good friend Andre. He said, it's like trying to climb Mount Everest in penny loafers. you slipping and sliding, you can't get up. You ain't got the right gear, you ain't got the right shoes. But look what it says. Look what it says. Growth often comes from overcoming challenges. And not only growth, I would go as far as to say strength, right? Comes from overcoming challenges. Now, here's what I want you to know. Whatever is on the other side of that challenge, right, is worth the challenge. because it's going to make you a better you. And when you overcome the challenge, you're going to own the challenge. But let me ask you a question. On your journey, are there going to be challenges? Yes or no? You cannot find a spiritual system where there's no challenges. You're going to start meditating 1,600 times a day, and all of a sudden you're going to wake up and there's no challenges. Well, that's because you meditated all day. But when you open up them eyes, the challenges are going to be sitting there waiting on you, and they're ready to get you. And you need to be ready to get them, because guess what? That's how you make your mark. That's how you really solidify yourself on this path of enlightenment. Right? Listen to me. Listen. Facebook, IG, listen to me. You're about to experience more challenges than ever, because this is the year of exposure. And so if you don't get in your mind right now that you're reaching a greater place and these challenges are just milestones along the way, you could psychologically be a wreck at this point in your life. If you don't create the right attitude about challenges and embracing your journey, you're going to get thrown on the ground and ran over every which way until you just can't get up no more. And not only do I don't want that to happen to me, I don't want that to happen to anybody who's on right now who listens later. To be dedicated to the challenges means we dedicated to the growth. And once we grow beyond it, not only do we have a story to tell, but we can help somebody else get up the mountain with this boulder on their back, right? So you got to be able to first embrace your failures. Embracing your journey, you have to change the way you see failure. And you have to see failure, I've heard it best say, as fertilizer. Because without failure, you don't know how to do the next thing. So something might take somebody a year to do. And in that year, they may have had 100 failures. But a lot of times we have the ideal, I'm going to do this new business. I'm going to start this new relationship. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And then when it starts getting tough, it's really easy to quit. We don't understand the success model, that we fail our way into success, right? That it's just, this whole thing is an experiment. We fail, we learn, we repeat, and every failure is a step towards what? Success. So I'm bringing this up because a lot of people, watch this, they are afraid to fail. And I want to tell you, even though it's failure in this, on this slide, there's no such thing as failing. Because the ultimate failure is not to even try. Right? Where are all my procrastinators at? The next one in line is procrastinating. That's how you fail, because you can't advance yourself and sustain it without even trying. You see? So I want you to try something new. This is on this path of enlightenment. And I want you to fail at it and be proud that you failed at it. Man, get with people and say, hey man, what'd you fail at today? You know what everybody doing? They trying to cover up and make it look like they ain't failed at nothing. But I can show you a person that's not advancing in real time. It on the surface, they dressed up like success, but they ain't prepared. That first strong wind is going to pull them apart. And they're going to go blowing like tumbleweed in the wind. right? So this is a big experiment. And when you're embracing your journey, you're headed somewhere, you're headed towards enlightenment. You know that there's some challenges on the way, and you know there's some things you're going to succeed at and fail at. So mark it down that, first of all, give yourself plenty of space to succeed, which means you need to give yourself plenty of room to move from failure to failure. But what I like about failure is I learn something. Even if you have a degenerative disease condition, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. I did a talk some time ago, and I told people I don't really believe in curses. I don't. There's a state of consciousness, there's a state of the enlightenment that the curses don't exist. It's the curses that you accept. And so some people say never talk. I said, well, sometimes what you got to do, if you the curse may mean you're the curse breaker. Are you cursed or you're the curse breaker? Because if you're the curse breaker, you might have to go through that degenerative disease and show God's face that, listen, no more. I went through it. I'm healed. And every person after me, I'm going to show that process too, so they can heal its way. Because the body is very intelligent. The body, when it has what it needs, it heals itself. You see, the body is its own medicine when it has what it needs. So you might be failing in your health right now. And do you know, in this moment, you can say, show me how I can succeed with my health. Show me how I can heal myself. And let me tell you, an answer is going to come. Some instructions are going to come. And then let me tell you what failure is if you don't follow the instructions and you stay into how you feel and you stay into, I don't know if I'm ever going to get through this. But you have the unlimited power of God in you saying that to yourself. And you're telling all 100 trillion cells in your body, I don't know if I can get through this. And all 100 trillion of them said, well, if you said we're going to get through it, we're going to get through it, and we all going to pull for you. But if you say, I don't know, you just put all 100 trillion in a state of limbo. Put all 100 trillion in a space, in a state of strength and power, and say, listen, I'm here to heal. How do I heal? And each one of them 100 trillion cells are going to stand to attention and wait for your command. And the next thing that comes out of your mouth is going to be what's going to instruct them to create the reality and be the curse breaker versus the cursed being. And so you learn by failing, and failing is not permanent. Failing is a moment in time, and there's 1,440 of these moments. So every moment that you fail, you got 1,439 opportunities to succeed, and you fail and you learn and you fail and you learn and you fail and you repeat until every step, every failure is bringing you a step closer to success. And then before you know it, your degenerative ailment is gone. You've followed the instructions, you received the treatment, you received some unknown thing. It's a breakthrough in health and technology. I didn't know this was going to happen because it was you that brought it to the forefront, because you're no longer the cursed. You're here to break the curse. And so you may have to go through some of the challenges that the cursed went through. But now, being the curse breaker, you have a recipe for success. And that can be in your relationships, right? If you learn from your past relationships about yourself, how can you continue to be a failure? What about prosperity? If you learn how to manage your money better, if you learn how can we keep increasing our skill set and keep failing? So if I'm sitting here right now and I'm saying, oh, I'm not making a lot of money, I got these bills due. Okay, they're gonna be okay. right? They're going to be all right. Them bills going to be all right. But let me tell you something. This is the opportunity that you have to say, but where's my skill set? What do my people skills look like? Do I know what tact is, or I'm going to just speak my mind even if I offend people? Okay, well, if you in sales, that ain't going to probably work well because people buy from people they like. You see, people buy from who they like. What skills do you have? You want to make more money? What do you know about money? What do you know about how to invest money? What technical skills do you have? Do you know how to use Chat GPT? Do you know how to use social media? Do you have somebody working with you? It's the next best thing that knows how to do it. And if you don't, watch this. Are you willing to learn a new skill? See, in embracing your journey on the path of enlightenment, you got to be willing to learn more social skills. You got to learn how to use more meditation skills. You got to learn how to use your mind, more psychological skills. You're going to have to learn how to focus different so you can exceed your goal. It's not going to just happen because you want to be. It's not going to happen because you say, look at me, I'm on my journey of enlightenment, be nice to me. Everybody probably going to do the opposite. To challenge you and to see how compassionate you can be. And compassion ain't nice. Compassion is tough love. We're going to get it done no matter what. So every failure is a step towards success. And on the path of enlightenment, it's easy to get discouraged, yes? Let's talk further. So embrace your success. Now, let me tell you, it's harder to deal with success than it is to deal with failure. Now, some people say, Neftahar, you took me for a loop. Oh, success is hard to deal with because now we start believing our own press and everybody is a legend in their own mind. And so as soon as that happens, you're now susceptible to betrayal. You're susceptible to someone that's going to deceive you. And the disappointment that comes with that, or the self-doubt that comes with, can I do it again like I did it before? It's going to mess with your head. And let me tell you, people are more afraid of success than they are failure because of the responsibility that comes with success. I realized something. People avoid responsibility and accountability like the plague. But the way that you get to higher ground, the way that you get further on your path of enlightenment is be accountable through self-acceptance. I am the source. I am the creator of my experience. And if it's not going the way that I want it to go, I'm going to take this big leap like this person right here and know that you're going to fall on solid ground. And you're dedicated to doing the right thing, even when it hurts, even when you don't feel like it, especially then. And that's when you know that success is not going to corrupt you into greed, into these lower emotions that could take you a place you don't want to be. So you got to embrace your success, but you can't be consumed by your success because success is for a moment. Those people that won the Super Bowl, that's their moment. But everybody's going to be coming because they want to win the Super Bowl too. And sometimes with success, we create some enemies. And the only enemy is the inner me. And when we deal with the inner me, the enemies dissipate, they go away. I'm sharing this with you right now because on my journey, I've had a lot of ups and downs. And the way you deal with ups and downs is you just remain even keel along the way. You don't get too high on the highs and you don't get too low on the lows. And everything that happens for you is an opportunity for you to advance yourself in ways that you couldn't have without the challenge, bringing out the best in you in that moment so you can realize something about yourself you didn't know before. And that is, I can get over this obstacle. I can go further. I can be better. You see? So I'm excited about this because this brings in purpose. I've got a couple announcements. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing what we call a new kin orientation to get familiar with your kin, get familiar with these expressions of the Creator. And then when you follow this cosmology, you really get to see different aspects of the Creator that you see in yourself so you can advance yourself. And we call it evolve. Okay, and that's done by myself and Moon Goddess Ambrosia. It is amazing to sit here and listen to her break down how this cosmology will help you advance yourself. And I like to say we're moving from the information age into the telepathic age of our experience. We're there. Okay. So I think we're on a different link for tomorrow. I put the wrong link out here. It's the I think it's on StreamYard. But we'll get you the link. Don't worry about that. We'll get you the link and to tomorrow's sessions. And just inbox me if you want to be in on it. I think everybody should be in on it. With all the changes that are going on around the world, we need to be making some changes too. It's time to do something different. And we can't put all our eggs in these baskets. No more. No more. All right. Then this Sunday, I want to invite each and every one of you to our Amplify Your Purpose session. It's called Amplify Your Purpose While Living in the New Time. And we're going to be talking about exponential growth and geometrical progression. It's going to be great. It's going to show you how to grow yourself. And if you grow yourself, your businesses are going to grow, your relationships are going to grow, your health is going to grow. So that's something that we definitely want to take advantage of and tap into. All right. Anybody got any questions about the path of enlightenment? While the questions are coming, I want to read something to you. This is called the Mayan Oracle. I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't see it because I got this background. But anyway, it's called the Mayan Oracle. And it's interesting. They call the sun a how. And look at the qualities of what it says: union, wholeness, unconditional love. We need to sit down and talk about that. A lot of people, they don't know what unconditional love is. They never had it. Solar mastery, cosmic consciousness, language of light, ecstasy, limitless bliss, crown, solar logos. Okay. Also, in the shadow of this, I want to read you something real quick while we come up with some questions if we have any. It's limiting definitions of self. So when we're in the shadow of enlightenment, we see a limited version of ourselves, and that self-image is not strong enough to get us where we want to be. All right. So limiting definitions of self and the divine, loving conditionally with expectations and judgments. Woo! This is going to bring some challenges here if you're in the shadow of this enlightenment piece. Issues of ideals and identification. Okay, so we got an issue with everything. Everybody's ideal, and we're able to identify judgment with their ideals. All right. The shadow transformation says being love's presence sets you free. Examine your concepts of self-love and divinity. Practice the art of acceptance. I talked about self-acceptance. I am the source and the creator of my experience in order to embody unconditional love. So you have to reach a state of self-acceptance before you can embody the unconditional love and orchestrate a new life. Powerful. I want to read this first paragraph and then we're going to get off. It states, what a blessing to receive enlightenment, or Ahau, the spiritual name. Ahau, the child of the sun. You are solar consciousness, solar mind manifesting as the master with many names. You are the one who stands as the light to raise the consciousness for the many. How many of you are like that? You know you raise the consciousness for the many. You are the luminous triangle, the Trinity made visible in this world of creation. You lift humanity simply through your embodiment of the light. Know that you are divine. I am is God, right? I am presence, and there is no other. I am presence, and when you're present, there is no other. All right, so join us. If you have any questions, feel free to take us and email me. If you got any questions, I love getting questions on the email. Definitely, if you're interested in the cosmology, reach out to me. We're talking about going from the information age to the telepathic age. And I will say this, we have instituted our telepathic group. This is our third season, third year, and it's phenomenal. Okay, and so not only are we talking about shifting, we are practicing it on various levels. And we'd like for you to, those of you that are interested, to reach out and join in, because like I said, it's time to do something and be something different. Things are changing rapidly, and it helps to definitely be the change we expect to see. If you get to our material and you like it and want to leave a donation, that's fine as well. You can make donations at the links on the screen. And I want to end by doing our declaration for evolution. I really like this because sometimes we have to speak it in a way to shake our spirit so that our spirit knows we mean business. So I'm going to say I and then say your name. I'm going to say Nebtaharka. So I won't hear you, but you can say your name and then hereby declare that I will. All right. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will make evolution my number one priority. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will clear any karma associated with my existence once revealed. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will discover, carry out, and become my purpose. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will remove any judgments that I have of myself and others. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will look for and remove any spiritual blockages or misalignments when I find them. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will end any cycles that do not support my evolutionary process. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will show compassion for all beings and all the species on the planet. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will be patient with my process and others going through their processes as well. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will be disciplined and focused when things get challenging, and they will get challenging. Ain't no if, they will. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will listen to my intuition and carry out its instructions when revealed. I say your name, Nebtaharka. Hereby declare that I will ultimately strive for self-mastery on the path of enlightenment. Ashe, Ashe and Asheo. And guess what? And so it is. So on behalf of the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment and all of its students and all of you who get to listen to this message, I thank you for your time and energy, and I look forward to seeing you on this path of enlightenment. And I will say to you, in Lakesh, that means I'm another you. Alakin means you are another me. Hotep, Hetepu, and Namaste. And remember, evolution is the solution. This is going to conclude our session. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday, tomorrow, and even Sunday if you choose to join us. Peace.